be an African American woman, period, is hard. And to come from my background, where I've been in a predominantly white society the whole time, I've been groomed. I've been groomed to be able to survive white society, right? And so to walk into a paradox, I don't think it was any different than walking into Briarcrest Christian High School, right? At 14 years old, when I walked into Briarcrest Christian High School, my mom said, Jada, when you walk in, you're already going to be knocked because you are African American. And so you're going to have to dress the part. You're going to have to articulate well. You're going to have a tall posture. You can't slump over. You have to look people in their eyes when you're talking to them. You can't be good, Jada. You got to be the best, you know. And so I've carried that same type of mentality from my school days and my high school and college days into paradox as well, being real.
That's real. That's real.
God. And also being a single woman, walking, you know, being in paradox, like you already have the moments of being a single woman, but then you add the color on top of that, and it makes it that much harder. And so then again, you feel like you have to overcompensate, and you have to battle with this performance-based type of faith at times. So you won't become hidden to people.
Okay.
Would you be willing to just give a somewhat of a specific example where that's kind of played out, either in a church gathering, at a group setting, in the car on the way there?
I guess the biggest scenario that has happened in my life was at Briarcrest. And the guys know about this because we have had talks about just racism in Westcliff and how that has been for an African American woman. But at Briarcrest Christian High School, I was one of 8 African Americans. There was only 3 African American women in the whole school, kindergarten through 12th grade. And, you know, freshman year I get there and nobody knows that I've been recruited to go to this school to play ball, and so no one wanted to talk to me, right? And so, and you know, you get there and you see the segregated table. You see that the majority of the cafeteria is a sea of my white brothers and sisters, but then there's like that one speck of African Americans that are sitting there, but you don't know any better, so you just go sit down where you sit down. And but when you sit down, you put your lunch plate down, everybody else gets up and they walk away until they know that you are a basketball player. So now, because you are a basketball player, you fit. Like, you are this token person that fits in because you perform. Like, you're a performer. We're gonna watch you on the court make our school look good. You know? I had this teacher my junior year in high school just walk up to me. It's so random. She just walked up to me, Brenda Hughes, and said, Jada, I want you to run for student council. And I looked there and said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not getting in front of the school and having to do a speech and having to campaign. Like, nobody's going to vote for me. It's not going to happen. And she said, you understand. And I didn't understand at that age of why she chose me to go in front of the whole school. I thought she was wanting me to make a fool of myself. But she wasn't. Like, she was trying to start change. Like, she was my white sister. She was my white brother that chose to make a change, right? So she asked me to get in front of the school, make this speech, and try to be voted as one of the leaders for our school. And so I'm like, okay, this woman believes in me. She sees something that nobody else has ever seen. I'll take her to that. I'm gonna do it. I'll work on it. So I prepared my speech. It was Will Smith, Man in Black. And get in front of the school, the hosting body, and I do my Men in Black speech. It goes well. Everybody's hooting and hollering. There's acceptance there, and they let us know that by 2:30 we'll know who's going to be the winner. And I was competing against a white girl. And it was just me and her that were contending. But at 2:30, we heard no announcement. So then 2:45 comes, the bell rings, no announcement. I'm walking outside of my classroom, I got my backpack. And I see one of my teammates say, Jada, hey, you need to come to the gym. You see what's going on? Did you hear about what's going on in the gym? And I'm like, oh, but I am wondering why we haven't been announced the winners yet. And then another person, Jada, did you hear what has happened in the gym? And I'm like, no. Well, I'm slowly walking to this gym. So I walk in the gym and I just see chaos. I see football players pushing each other. I see some of my teammates over there talking in huddles and looking at me, but not really knowing what to do. And then I just walk in unaware, still almost off of a my speech went well. I need to know can we win? And then I walk into the gym and I slowly turn around and then I see on the wall, don't vote for the nigger. And I'm just a girl in the midst of a sea of people that don't look like me. And all I see is that. And the first thing I do is hold face, is say I'm okay. I gotta be strong. I represent this basketball team. People are looking at me right now, so I gotta be okay. In the midst of it all, I can't show the girls, I can't show my peers that something's wrong. But I just remember the girls kind of gathered around me and they, you okay, Jada? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And I saw my coach separating his football players, because what had happened was the black football players were now fighting the white football players, just based off of this remark that was on the wall. And there's just chaos everywhere. But that same type of reaction is what I've held on to and have had to play out in the midst of my workplace, in the midst of the church, that I'm okay and I'm strong, and no matter what.
So even if you're at the paradox.
Yeah, at times.
Yeah.
That I am okay not being chosen, or I am okay not being looked at as a future wife.
Wow.
That I am okay.
That's gotta be tiring.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. And you don't want to become, this woman that's already struggling with singledom. Like me and Jessica talked about this a few weeks ago. You don't want to be the woman that's already struggling with singledom, but then have to talk about your race along with that, because people think that that's an excuse at times. That no, African American women are just as beautiful, or just as pursued, and I'm like,